Welcome to the Quick 10 podcast, brought to you by Trac, focusing on all things FedCon and cyber defense from different perspectives and different personalities, all in 10-ish minutes. Here's your host, Derek White.
All right, welcome back to another episode of the Quick 10 podcast, live and in person here in Tampa, Florida. Today I'm joined by Jody. Thank you, from SMPL-C.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks for being here. This is fun. These events are great. We got the
It's been
ecosystem. We've got people wanting to learn more and more, and a lot of people here that want to help. So on that note, tell us a little bit about SMPL-C and what you guys do, and we'll go from there.
Sure. Yeah. So SMPL-C, we are a AI-driven software platform that automates the CMMC documentation process, helping you not only prepare for the CMMC certification, but also maintain compliance over time.
So a lot of, if for those that may or may not know that are watching or listening, a lot of it comes down to your documents, where it's stored.
That's right.
Does it match what you say and say what you do, all that, that kind of fun stuff. So within there, where are some of the areas that you guys have seen your solution, your tool, your capabilities really eye open for people, where you see them say, that makes sense?
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, there's a couple areas. So when we're dealing with just the DIB directly, they don't even know where to start when it comes to documentation. So our platform really gives them a nice overview of how to get started. It's sort of this, preface into like thinking about how they need to structure their documentation, prepare for their documentation. But in this community of CMMC, there is a demand and supply problem as well. So there's just not enough people or experts, so to speak, that can help these defense contractors actually prepare. So the automation that we're providing within the technology is actually helping scale a lot of the repetitive and mundane work that needs to be done in this documentation. So we are seeing that innovation is required to actually solve for this supply and demand problem. And that's where we're focused on bringing scale to the supply and demand problem, but also helping educate the defense community as well.
Simplified.
And in a simplified manner.
That's
good. Right.
That's great.
Yep.
That's creative.
Right.
No,
it's all about simplicity.
Especially you hit it on the head with the those that don't know the details. This isn't their life. They don't spend their time in cybersecurity. They don't spend their time in compliance documentation. So the medium-sized businesses specifically don't have a lot of those resources. So having a tool that helps with organization, but also helps with digestion.
Yes.
So understanding why it needs to look that way. A lot of things come with process, come with policy procedure, but it's out of the box. So is that what you need? Or do you have to cater that to your own stuff? And I know your guys' capabilities fit there, and that does make things more digestible and simple, which is great. So in the last, here we are, 2025. The last 6 to 12 months have been different. Things are more realistic on where things are going, which is good. Where have you seen some really good things from your guys' perspective? Is it activity? Is it people paying more attention? Or do you see and sense and feel that people are a little bit more sitting up straight on these?
I am, especially, I would say, in the last 2 weeks. Quite honestly, I have seen a huge uptick in where people aren't necessarily just kicking around to like see what's out there. They're actually saying, I need to make some decisions and I need to move fast. And, one of our elements within our platform is the gap assessment. And that is extremely important to get started in that journey, with a lot of these folks that are just learning, right? So we are getting a lot of uptick on like, I just need to kind of figure out what I need to do. But I also am seeing and I do firmly believe that innovation will be hitting this space. And, systems like ours that help automate a lot of the repetitive and mundane, because if you're handling all your documentation in a spreadsheet or in OneDrive files or things like that nature, you're not preparing yourself for the future. And that's very important. So you'll see innovation in the space. I think even innovation like Trac, where you're solving for X amount of controls that need to be controlled and that need to be in place in order to be certified, and doing this in a rapid manner. This is very much needed in the space. These timelines and these price tags that are associated right now that are kind of doing things the old-fashioned way, I think will start to slow down, and innovation will help accelerate what we're seeing, not only in price tag problems and in people problems.
Yeah, and on the people problem side, userability
Yes.
is a big thing, as you guys know, with your guys' capabilities. It has to be user friendly, and we've said this since day one. We're 8 years into this now. Is if a user doesn't know what they're looking at, they're not going to use it. If
Yep.
it's too clunky, they're not going to use it. But if it's too futuristic, they're also probably it's gonna scare them off. So
Right.
simplicity, but
Yep.
usability is a big thing. I know it's specifically with tools like yours and your guys' capabilities. That is big, and we're the same way. If
Yeah.
our users can't, and anybody hear that, if their users don't get it, then it becomes problematic, and now you're in
I
a
agree.
different world. So, okay. So then, final question here, or I guess second to last question: what are some of the things you're looking forward to as the year goes on, as the CMMC rollout continues, that you, if you could make it your way now, you'd love to see? Are there things that excite you that you hope to see improve coming?
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely would love to see the defense industry base taking the time to educate themselves, however they need to educate themselves on what they need to do to build a CMMC program. That is 100% the cultural shift that the Department of Defense wants to see.
Yeah.
So I think, there's companies here at the conference, Edwards, and that take time to educate, right? And I think investment in that from the defense community, and if the DoD could support that, would be very important. I think making sure that small businesses are taken care of, because they're the innovators, right? And this is the protection of our country. We want the innovators to
That's right.
be, to stay healthy. So I know there's a tax credit, for small business that's on the Hill right now. I think that's very important. So I would just like to see defense taking this seriously, both from industry and government, and supporting them with education, and ultimately just taking care of our country.
Yeah, well said. Thank you for
Yeah.
that. That is very true. So, last thing. So, where do our listeners, viewers go to learn more about what you guys do, and where do you want them to get in contact with you?
Sure. Yeah. So I'm Jody Stoehr. I'm one of the co-founders at SMPL-C, and we can be found at SMPL-C. It's SMPL-C.com.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining, Jody. Really appreciate it.
No, thanks for
And
having me.
we'll have you on again down the road for sure.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to this episode, and make sure to subscribe to the Quick 10 podcast wherever you get your podcasts, and check us out on YouTube as well. For more information about Trac, visit our website at www.cuictrac.com. That's CUICKTRAC.com.